So in this case, this is not really a movement that simply fades. There's a little more to it. So let's talk about the end of futurism. At least two of the key futurists, including Boccioni, will be killed in the First World War, and this is an obvious end for the futurists. A lot of them want the war. They will, of course, go and enlist and go and fight, and many of them will die in the war. Although futurism did not die with the war, instead it becomes associated because of a friendship with Mussolini, between Marinetti and Mussolini. Futurism becomes associated with fascism. And this was a more serious death blow than the loss of two of its greatest artists in the war. It could deal with that issue of war and everything else, but suddenly it's tied into fascism, which becomes a serious issue. Now, a note, some writers and historians believe that the very premises of the avant-gardes of the 19-teens made them susceptible and or compatible with the goals of totalitarian governments. In fact, to the point where we see this work, this is the fascist headquarters in Rome, and we see this incredible, very sort of futurist look at the world. The avant-garde, such as Futurism and Constructivism, called for the elimination of boundaries between art and life, just like fascism calls for an elimination of bounds again, between life and the state or the government. The argument is made by critics, in this case, that the elimination of these boundaries led directly to the use of art for political purposes, which the avant-garde artists either shared or at least did not disavow. They didn't walk away from it. They said, okay, I'll take it. Now, incidentally, futurism, or at least the style of futurism, in that it captures dynamics and motion, is still used today. This is a modern motorcycle racing poster. And we see the use of futurism here really to capture the dynamic quality of the race and what they're doing. So we still see futurism used a lot today in racing or anywhere else where you're going to see or try and capture a great deal of movement or the potential for incredible movement.